Rook here, giving you a small preview of Kaineng City, one of our new maps coming in End of Dragons. I recently had the chance to stroll through Kaineng's gardens with the game's developers and other ArenaNet partners. There, we chatted more about Jadetech and Cantha while taking in the incredible ambiance of Kaineng. From the lighting to the ridiculous amount of details the team worked into the NPCs and environment, the artistry poured into Kaineng City makes it come alive all around you. Everywhere you turn, there are nods to Cantha's past, present, and future. Thank you to ArenaNet for allowing me to join this preview, and a reminder, all footage is in development and subject to change. Let's go for a stroll of our own and talk about a few things that caught my eye. The Jadetech Mastery livestream revealed this location to be the first Garden of Enlightened Thought, or the Garden of Enlightenment. Located on one of the uppermost tiers of Kaineng City, it's clearly a more affluent area, as can be seen by the elaborate buildings and aristocracy wandering the gardens. Currently, the terrace is bustling thanks to a trade show and tech demo for the Junlai Jade company. Junlai Jade has harnessed the power of magically infused jade thanks to the efforts of its owner, an innovator named June, who also happens to be the Empress's half-sister. The gardens are meant to give you an introduction to the last revealed mastery for End of Dragons, the Jadebot. These adorable utility companions are customizable, allowing you to slot in 1 power core and 2 modules, all of which are craftable by the jeweler profession. Boosts to vitality, mount energy, and skiff speed, as well as auto-recycling of junk items and scavenging, are all some examples of modules that have already been shown. The developers have expressed interest in continuing to add more modules in the future, too. These bots also allow you to interact more fully with Cantha. Use zip lines to navigate the city, activate defense turrets all around the island, open jade chests, and complete unique puzzles. But it doesn't end there! Progressing the mastery track will automatically give you access to on-demand gliding updrafts, the ability to set a personal waypoint anywhere in the world, and a handy rescue from downstate. Lastly, while at a terminal, players can activate Control Mode. This lets you jump into a bot and assume direct control for exploration and photo mode. Going into first person gives players the ability to freely position them and snap screenshots of the landscape or your characters. At last! At the moment, only Cantha maps will have batteries to recharge your bot and terminals to take control of it, but apparently the reopening of Cantha could mean these technologies will make their way to other lands. Essentially, the developers wanted to see how systems like direct control affected the game and overall screen clutter before implementing them at all times for all players. So, while we don't have a fully fledged photo mode yet, it's still possible. And we're definitely closer to it than we were before. Maybe a little less adorable than their Jadebot cousins, the Jade bulwarks standing guard throughout the terrace make up for lack of cuteness with abundance of coolness. I am obsessed with their designs. In our preview of Echovault Wilds, we saw stolen Jadebots that had been reprogrammed by the Brotherhood. Check out my Fort Aspenwood event playthrough for more info on what the devs said about their unique dialogue. The bots aren't the only interesting thing about the gardens, though. The many NPCs wandering about are just as interesting as the technology they've created. I noticed that a few of the aristocrat NPCs even look like they have an aesthetic similar to the Kurzik people in Guild Wars 1. I can only imagine that it's meant to be a reflection of the many different cultures within Cantha. The diverse cultural groups found within Kaineng City may have their own history, but so too does the city itself. During the guild chat featuring Kaineng City, we learned that the rising of the elder dragon Zaitan sent a magically charged tsunami hurtling against Cantha's shores. This destroyed much of Old Kaineng and turned many citizens into Zaitan's undead minions. The ruins of New Kaineng's predecessor are still visible from the now prosperous city. From what we've seen, we can even venture down there to explore them ourselves. If you do, you'll be able to meet the lore trainer for Necromancer's newest elite specialization, Harbinger, to learn more about the necromantic properties of their jade-infused elixirs. Now it's night. Now it's day! Don't worry, this was just the developers showing us the difference in the mood and lighting in Kaineng. Kaineng City shines at night, especially with all the jade-punk details around the city creating eye-catching neon effects. Even so, the way certain areas are highlighted during the day is just as impressive. It really sets the mood, whether you're searching out members of the Jade Brotherhood under the cover of night, or walking through the gardens with the sun gilding the trees in gold. While we explored, the developers drew our attention to Elora, an NPC employee of Junlai Jade with some absolutely amazing Jade prosthetics. It's already confirmed that one of our new main characters, Engineer Yao, also has a Jade prosthetic, but they wanted to stress that's not the only representation that will be shown in-game. Guild Wars 2 continues to be an MMO that acknowledges the diversity of its players by championing diversity in the game's characters. Our leading ladies for the expansion are canonically a couple. Engineer Yao is agender. Many regions are inspired by a broad range of cultures and people, and depictions of chronic illness, mental health struggles, and disability are all represented in the game. The world of Tyria is richer for it, and the new possibilities of magic-infused Jade have allowed ArenaNet to show an even wider range of representation. I was also excited to come across one of the Holoprojector news terminals we've heard about. These newsreels will update based on your progression through the story, giving the action and the world a cohesive feel. Apparently, Kappas are the biggest current threat to travelers, but that'll change soon enough. Oh, also, I'm happy to confirm that you can pet the dogs when you find them around the city, and any cats too. Just don't accidentally kill them. Again, I'm Rook, an ArenaNet partner, and I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek of Kaineng City. Whether night or day, this map is an incredible sight to behold. You can find additional videos about my time in End of Dragons here on YouTube, including looks into the new guild hall, the Isle of Reflection, and the Echovald Wilds. We'll also be talking about the preview live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ROOKURI. If you haven't already, you can pre-order the expansion using the link in the description to support my channel. And be sure to tune in on the day of release for the launch day celebration livestream on Guild Wars 2's official Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook channels. Thank you to ArenaNet for giving me the chance to preview End of Dragons. Get ready to set sail for Cantha yourself when End of Dragons releases Monday, February 28th.